Welcome back, everyone, and a good day. Hope your day will be great as much as mine. And today we are back over here to do one of the first crab I did it quite a few years ago. And this crab is the EP permit crab. I name it. And I did a little bit elongated body. And what this does is basically when you do cast to the permit, the way it's going to go down into the water will be pretty much like when a crab floating and it sees the permit, it's going to fly down, let's put it this way, flying down, running for his life, in hiding into the rocks. So that crab will have an elongated body. So this is the purpose to do this crab. So it will give it the illusion of the crab running for his life. So it's not a round body, but it's an elongated. So we're gonna tie this as it is and as I did it those days. And you will see the application on the body over here. It's not a brush, but it's, each colors. It will be the original EP fibers. So we're gonna do the step that probably many people these days don't do anymore. So it's a little bit time consuming, but I felt like that it's good for you to see how this gets done. So in a way that you get used to it, and perhaps you'll be able to tie these crabs in an easier way. So let me show you how this works. I'm going to prepare the materials first. As I said before, we have the original EP fiber. We're going to do the 3 tones. So those are 3 different colors, tan, brown, and beige. We got the lead eyes. We got some legs over here, the hooks, of course. We have a little crystal flash. When it comes to flash, you use anything, you have it. Not a big deal. And we have this marabou, this grizzly mini marabou for the tail parts. So let's get busy over here. Of course, we're gonna have to start it with a hook. And the first thing we're going to do is creating the base where we're going to apply all the materials. So that's gonna be done with the chartreuse threads. As I mentioned before, I don't know what it is about crabs and permit. They love chartreuse. Go figure. Move these things out of my eyes so that my eyes doesn't wobble. And there we go. So we're gonna put the first thing we're gonna do is a base of the threads. I'm using a 3/0 threads, which is a flat. And as you probably know, when you go into my web, every flies has their own recipe so that you know exactly the materials I use for each fly. So you can see I'm putting nice tension into the threads. I'm going to pass the bend of the hook. That's pretty much where I'm going to put the marabou. There we go. We're going to go backwards, and we are going to lash in the lead eyes. And we have to leave a room actually at the end to put the wing guards. And that's what we're gonna do. I think the distance will do it. I got over here the lead eyes, so let me see. 2 and 3, 1, 2, and 3. Yep, I think I have plenty over here, plenty room to put the the way cards. All right, we're gonna do crisscross. And then we're gonna go top and bottom. Just make sure you have enough thread to create a, actually to lock in the lead eye. You should be fine. Put a little glue at this point. There you go. Perfect. All right. I'm going to change the threads now. Before I put the threads in, I'm going to prepare the material so it will be faster. You're going to look for two nice feathers. Oops, I find the one. These little feathers, they're really precious because you can't find that many around. So I got two feathers. See if I can find another one that. There you go, 3. Now we're gonna do 2 hot orange for the side. Yeah, that should be good. Actually, I'm gonna use this too. All right. So I got the feathers. Let's do some legs over here. Over here for now. We're gonna need 3 sets. All right. Put these guys over here for now. So I got my 3 sets. Just like that. Let's get some flash. Let me see. We're gonna do like, when it comes to crab for permit, I really don't like to put a lot of flash. They don't, in my opinion, they don't like much flash. So that's my suggestion to you. Now we're gonna do the original EP fibers. One, 2, and 3. There we go. Did I lost 1 feathers? Yep, right there. it. Here we go. What we need is just, I believe it, to do this size, one bunch of each colors will do it. Okay, that's the first color. When you're done with it, you just put it back. So actually, this is a good thing I'm doing this so I can show you how easy it is to put it back into the original bag. And that's what you should do. Every time you take the fibers that you needed, just to put it back into the bag right away, so without making any mess. Okay, this is the brown. This should be. It should be enough. Okay. I could have these materials, ready to tie the fly, so to speed the fly, but I think it's a good thing for me showing you how to deal with the materials so that you don't get kind of frustrated when it comes to this. There we go. 3 colors. All right, once we have the materials, we'll get busy with the fly. There you go, right there. Might be a little bit too much. Put them over there. All right. I'm gonna move the hook. That will be a little bit easier for me to put those feathers on. All right, let's see what we got here. 1, 2, and 3. Combine them together. Believe it or not, this is the only fly that I use the feathers. I mean, I'm with synthetic 100%, but this, I shouldn't say 100% because I'm using feathers. I use some other materials as well. So this is, it looks a lot of feathers over here, but when this gets wet, it will just, it's gonna be very compact, and it's gonna be very, it will look actually little to you, but it will have enough movement for the fly. The length, 1 hook length, that's plenty. Go over here, trim it at an angle. just, there you go. So now we're gonna do one side with the hot orange. And we're gonna do the other side with the other orange as well. It looks okay. Yeah, more or less the same length. All right. Now we're gonna put the hook nice and straight. Let's see what it looks like. There you go. Let's do a couple of crystal flash or whatever flash you want to use it. Let's see if I can do like 2 strings on one side and 2 on the other side. There we go, just like that. All right. So now at this point we are ready to start to build the body. I'm gonna put in just a drop of the glue right there. We got the legs. We're gonna put the legs on it as we go, and then we should good to go. Which color you should start it really doesn't matter. So I would say that you alternate the colors. You know, you put the dark on the middle if you started from over here, and then always go back to the same colors. All right, so this is how it goes. Got a bunch over here. I'm gonna leave this guy over here. The way we apply these fibers is like we do with the deer hair, if you are familiar. So we have to advance the threads, see, as far as possible. So you can do as it is, using the threads, the clear threads. But if you want to see the on the body, like we have over here on the chartreuse, and then you might want to switch with this chartreuse threads. So whichever you like it. So maybe I should show you using the chartreuse, okay? So you'll see how that works. Just like that. And we're gonna go all the way towards the bend of the hook until you reach your tying point. Okay. So now we're gonna start it. As you can see over here, the way I'm doing this, see, I am putting the fibers all the way around the hook. See that? You make it believe that this is deer hair. So 2 turns, nice and tight. Now you push the fibers back, and you do a couple of turns right in front of it. See, you folded already the fibers backwards. I'm gonna do the brown. I should have actually a little bit more Got a little tangle over here. Let's see if I can fix it. There you go. So now we have the brown. So here's a little bit tricky because you have the point of the hook in between. So, but that's okay. We will deal with it. 1 and 2 in the front. And we're gonna go to, let's alternate this color. Let's go to the third color. Just like this. There you go. Let me see what we get. All right. Start to shape them up. So let's see what we got. It's always a good idea to brush the fibers. All right, looks good to me. Now we're gonna put the first sets of the legs. You gotta do the best you can to lash those legs on the side. So you'll do 1, and then you flip this leg on the other side. Just like that. Sometimes these legs are kind of tricky because if you put too much pressure into the threads, they're gonna start to shift. So let's go back to the first color. We'll go, this is the tan. And by the way, you know, when you do a step like that, you know, you might want to put a drop of glue so you put everything in place. Okay. Be careful with that, the point of the hook. Now we go to the brown. At this point, it pretty much is alternating the color. You know, that's what it's all about. Again, pay attention to the eye, to the point of the hook because you might get pinched over there. This looks good. Let's go to the beige. And you can turn the hook so you can see on both sides, top and bottom, what's going on. There you go. So we did the second sets on the colors. Let's do the leg. Again, do the best you can to put them into the side. There you go. Drop a glue. All right, go back to the tan. Watch out those legs. So what do we have on the other side? Looks good. brown. You want to make sure the fibers are all around the hook shank. Do the best you can. Nobody is perfect, believe me, including me. And if the crab doesn't look perfect to you, don't worry about it, because in reality, crabs are ugly. They don't look good, but they taste delicious to those permits. So if the crab doesn't really look good to you, I should not really worry about that much. Okay. We're getting there. This will be the last leg. Okay. Go on the other side. Hopefully we'll stay there. Okay. Just want to make sure that it's dry, otherwise the fiber is going to stick into that. Okay, open. Okay. It's going to be the brown. Okay, you see, you turn the vise, you really don't have that much on the other side. So that will definitely help you to see where you're missing the fibers. This is the beige. Go back on the front. And when you are towards the end of the crab, you don't have to worry about to finish, the way you alternate the color. Whatever colors you finish at the end, it really doesn't matter. So, important thing is filling the space between the eyes and the last fibers you're going to be putting in. Okay. You see, I do have probably 1 or 2 colors I'll be able to put them in. Let me see. All right. All right. You see, I think I'll be, yep, 1 more color. I believe it's going to be 1 more color. Let me see. Yep. All right, so now I think what we should do is put in the wing guards. I'm going to put the wing guards I'll do that now, because if I will tie the knots and do trimming and do the wig guards after, I will not have enough room over there for the wig guards, and I will work my way around to trim the foil. So I get over here, this is 20-pound hard monofilament. I use a Mason 20-pound, it's plenty. I'm gonna pinch it. Just like that. And this is how it goes. Pull those fibers away the best you can. Do one. It's better if you have no fibers on it. All right, I'm gonna do this very slow for you, see if you can see it. Again, make sure that threads is flat. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one more for good luck. Very softly, you don't have to really put pressure. Now we're gonna put the pressure on. And what we're going to do is pulling the monofilament down. See that? We give a couple of more wraps behind, just to make sure that is tied down correctly. As you can see now, you see the way the wig guards is, it's going towards the back of the hook. Of course, this will defeat the purpose of the wig guards. So what we need to do is very simple. Okay, I pull up a little bit, hold it with your finger the best you can until you do the first wrap. Now we're gonna go behind. Once we go behind, the pressure of the threads is gonna push, you already see that, it's gonna push the wig guards up. So you wanna make sure you straighten the wig guards, just like that. Flat threads, don't forget. Make sure that wig guards is straight around the middle, just like that. And we're gonna keep on wrapping until it's nice and straight. And we fill the gap, just like that. There you go. Now we're gonna finish it, and we're ready to trim. Just like this. Of course, we're gonna finish it with this little guy. Just be careful, don't put too much. There we go. Now comes the tricky part. The tricky part over here, obviously, is not to cut the legs. Believe me, it's been happening to me quite sometimes. And when that happens, well, listen, there is might be some crabs out there without legs. So I think those primitive, they will take it if the fly will be well presented. See how long this is over here. I'm not gonna trim it to the length now yet, because this is going to help me to turn the fly around and trim it. So the first thing we're going to do is basically moving those legs away. Okay, and hopefully I will not trim the leg. So we got to be very, very, very careful over here. As you can see the way I'm holding the legs with my fingers? Just like that. All right, you know what? Maybe I will do this time. And the first thing we should do is just cut the bottom, just like that. And don't go too close to the shank of the hook yet, because we must locate those legs. We don't know yet where those legs are, believe me, if I tell you that. You want to be very, very careful on it. So I got the first cut over here. I might turn around and go a little bit closer to the shank of the hook. Not much. Just like that. See, on the first cut that we did it, the way you see the color, the way they alternated. I'm going to the other side and see, here we go. So you can see the way those legs now, get located, and you can easily put them away. Let's see if this is the third one. Yep, right here. And let's see, this should be the third one. If you have to push the fibers for the time being, well, that's exactly what you're going to be doing. You're going to turn around, just like that. See if we can find the other ones. Here we go. We got one. This first cut over here is a little bit tricky, but with a little practice, you'll be fine. Hey, listen, if I did it, so do you. Okay. As you can see, the way the legs, they're coming down, so you grab them together and you're holding. See it? Now we're gonna go and do the top. Okay. Push everything away. Don't go on the side for the time being, just go and do the top. We'll get there in a moment. There you go. Just make sure those legs are away. Now it's time to do a little trimming on the side. It starts to taking shape the way I want it. Again, take your time, because after we do all this work over here, it will be a shame to trim one of the legs or two of the marabou himself. I'm getting there. Oh yeah. I'll go around top, just like that. See, I have everything in place over here. I'm not really going crazy over here. If I have a couple of fibers, they're going crazy. It's not really the end of the world. Again, take your time. Just like that. I think I'm gonna just leave as it is. I'm not trying to trim anymore, be honest with you. I really do like as it is. So now what are we gonna do is just, you know, kind of position the legs both sides. And just like that. You got a couple of fibers here and there. Again, if they bother you, go ahead, trim it away if they don't bother you. And what I do at this point is, you know, look, this is what I'm doing. I put my fingers over here. I grab them together. And I give one cut together. Can you see it? Just like that. Very simple. The flash over here, you know, if that flash bothering you, you can do just like that. Again, not too much flash. As you can see, the wig guards still too long. So this is what you do. You see, I'm gonna just want to make sure you see what I'm cutting. And this is the length pretty much of your wig guards. So here you go. Well, I hope that it took us a good half hour over here, I believe it. You know, I didn't really want to speed up the process. I wanted you to see in details pretty much, you know, how it gets done. And if you have the patient, you should tie the scrap, and if you go for permit, you should use the scrap. You know, it really has been doing good to me in the past years. I hope it will do the same thing for you. And as always, if you have any question, by all means, give me a shout. Have a fun out there.